Press the bell icon on the YouTube app to never miss a video from News Laundry.
Welcome to News Laundry Chhota Hafta. For the full episode, subscribe because it is behind the paywall and only subscribers get access to uncut, complete content. News Laundry Hafta is our weekly wrap of all that made the news, all that didn't, and all that should have and all that shouldn't have. We agree, we disagree, we critique, and occasionally we beat each other up. But it's all good fun. Subscribe.
This is a News Laundry podcast and you're listening to NL Hafta.
अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. Welcome to News Laundry Hafta on this wonderful day of Guru Purab. A happy Guru Purab to all our subscribers, our listeners, and those who believe that we can have peace, harmony, and a Sacha Sauda. I'll tell you a little bit about the Sacha Sauda, which was distorted by that hairy chap. What was his name? Ram Rahim. First,
his real name is Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh Ji
Insan, whatever his name is. So, the story of the Sacha Sauda actually goes back to Guru Nanak. But we shall discuss that in context of subscriptions because I'll thuso that in everywhere. Because when the public pays, the public is served, and advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Today on the panel, we have 4 people who are Gharelu and 1 subscriber joining us all the way from Washington. Let me introduce our subscriber first, who has written to us very often. Shipra Garg is in the US. She moved there in 2015. She's an IIM Bangalore graduate, and she used to be a content manager in India. And she describes herself as social liberal and fiscal conservative. Okay, the others on our panel are Meghnad.
Hello, hi.
The anchor, creator, and policy expert of Constitution, and the man with unkempt hair.
Yeah,
thanks.
Unruly.
Mine is combed at least thrice a week, sir. And we have our managing editor, Raman Kripal, award-winning journalist, man of many talents and much experience, and Manisha Pandey, who's wearing shocking red lipstick today in a shocking red jacket.
The jacket is from Guatemala.
Oh my God.
I had informed you about this earlier also. You'd remarked on this jacket earlier also, and I told you it's from Guatemala.
That was in last winter.
Yes,
Guatemala.
last winter. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing a pink shirt in case you want to know what I'm wearing. But anyway, so this is what we'll be discussing today. We won't discuss all of it, but let's give you the highlights of what happened. Yesterday, of course, was Ram Madhav's barb at Omar Abdullah, which kind of backfired. Mr. Sinha, the governor of Jammu and Kashmir, dissolved the assembly. There's much intrigue. You can read about it. They say that the BJP or whatever want to prevent the formation of the government where, Mehbooba Mufti and Omar Abdullah's parties come together, the NC and the PDP, supporting, what's his name? Sajjad Loan. And Mr. Ram Madhav tweeted, he said it. He said it in an interview that these guys have got orders from across the border because everything is from across the border as far as the Sangh is concerned. Either it's from across the border or it's from Nehru. Like nothing else has happened. So then Omar Abdullah said, I dare you to prove that or I will take action or whatever. And then he tried to be cool. See, the thing is...
he tweeted something like, I don't doubt your patriotism. But you should...
Political... I don't doubt your patriotism. I withdraw the remark now that you've denied it. Not that he denied it. He said, I dare you to prove it.
Prove it, yeah.
So the thing about humor is, let me tell you, it has to be like a part of your personality. You cannot be like this geeky, bigoted nerd and then try to be funny. It doesn't work. Like, you just look pathetic. So fuck that.
Geeky, bigoted nerd. Ram Madhav.
He's a geeky, bigoted nerd, yeah. Like you can't imagine.
You were talking about Omar Abdullah right there.
He too, actually. No, he's not a geeky, bigoted nerd. He's a geeky, whiny Baba log. Then an American missionary was killed by an Indian endangered Andaman tribe. They call the Sentinels?
Sentinel Island.
Sentinel
Island.
So is this the Sentinels of that some sci-fi fiction film have something to do with Sentinels? Matrix mein Sentinels nahi jate? Have they named them after this?
No, there is nothing to do with Sentinels, I think.
Okay, fine. So that was interesting.
Sentinelese, they're called, and the island is called Sentinel.
Okay. Then there was a huge Twitter war. Barkhadat has written a piece in the print. Jack Dorsey, hai na naam Twitter ke Farsi ka. There was this, those of you who don't know, there was this poster that was held up by Jack Dorsey which said "Smash Brahminical Patriarchy," and he was posing with 4 or 5 Indian journalists. that had a backlash on Twitter, that why you're abusing Brahmins. Twitter denied it. They mishandled the whole thing.
Yeah.
Barkha called them out. Even Anna called them out, right?
Anna, Barkha, Nilanjana also, they wrote a letter together also explaining what happened. Nilanjana Roy.
Oh,
She was also present
So
at
basically, this was a case study on how not to handle your CEO's foreign visit.
Yeah.
Disaster PR for
Disaster
Twitter.
PR.
Okay. So then US has suspended 1.6 billion security aid to Pakistan, and Trump said they don't do a goddamn thing for us.
Yeah.
Then the first conviction in a 1984 Sikh riot case. After what? It's been 28.
Not first
30.
conviction, first death sentence.
Death sentence.
First
Sorry,
death
first death sentence. I have an interesting story from my flight back to Germany on this. Then red chili powder flung at Delhi CM Kejriwal, but the police said it kind of just fell out of the guy's hand. He wasn't really flinging.
Yeah.
He was just carrying chili powder ki क्या पता कब घूमते फिरते कुछ दाल में तड़का डालना पड़े, you know, या कोई लिब्रांडो मिल जाए तो मिर्ची लगाना पड़े. So the Delhi police does itself proud every day.
Yeah. And this is the third attack apparently in a month.
Wow.
Really?
Kejriwal.
I've only heard of this.
Yeah.
There were two attacks before this.
Then the CBI row gets more and more interesting. The Supreme Court is unhappy about the leak of Alok Verma's reply, and there has been under oath testimony in court saying that Mr. Doval was trying to influence the CBI. So that hasn't, no channels have gone insane saying, how the hell did that happen? No one's turned into the Incredible Hulk. And Sushma Swaraj will not contest next election due to health reasons, although I don't think it's health reasons.
It's very funny though, like saying that in the election, on an election trail right before elections, and people are like, yeah, health reasons. Like, come on.
And a worrying thing, 3 dead and 20 injured in the Amritsar attack, and there's a Khalistani terror link under probe. Are we seeing a return of some of the radical elements? So that is what we will discuss, most of what we can. Raman sir, CBI, can you just, because you have done one of the most well-known stories on CBI. For those of you who haven't heard me brag about this enough on Raman sir's behalf, who's a very soft-spoken and humble man, that he had actually broken the diary, the Ranjit Sinha story, the CBI, which led to the whole domino. So what is the latest and what does it tell us? Because I read Pratap Bhanu Mehta's editorial that this is not just CBI was CBI. This shows that the system is broken.
No, Pratap Bhanu
Sorry,
Mehta,
and also could you just tell me what happened in court? I have been missing in action.
No, in the court, there's another entry of a DIG, IPS officer, who came up with more revelations. Now he has brought in that there were more power of a center of power, in who were trying to command CBI. So Doval is one of them. So one of the minister he's accusing of have taken bribe. The case is the same.
So it's all one
case in which Asthana is accusing the CBI director of taking bribe, and the CBI director is saying it with evidence that it was Asthana who took the bribe and he tried to plant me. So this is the case. And in this case, so far, it was Asthana and this, but this DIG has brought out one minister, PMO.
Has he mentioned the name of the minister?
Yeah.
Which minister has he named?
Coal minister.
I'm forgetting the name. Coal minister, then then PMO, and the Doval.
I see.
And how the Doval and the PMO, they were trying to, they influenced this Lalu Prasad.
The investigation.
So in the meantime, media report came out on that, and that in that report they were bragging that this is from the sealed cover. So the court was very angry over this issue, and they said, how can you do this? You are fighting the war outside, and you expect us to deliver justice on that. So in that case, they did not. They refused to. They sulked. The judges were sulking, and
but some BJP-friendly journalists also have criticized the leak, which I find fascinating, because journalists should welcome leaks. I can't understand.
Yeah.
Journalism is just, partisanship has become so much that even basic journalistic dharma has been abandoned, depending on which side of the fence
I don't see it is harming the case anyway. If the judges are trying to say that the leaks, lead to some public opinion, and public opinion pressure comes over us and we are not able to deliver justice.
Then that's their weakness.
That is their weakness. So I think this was very unfortunate. And of all people, we all were looking forward for Justice Gogoi. Now, Justice Gogoi is...
he's disappointed.
So far, he's very conservative.
Also, he says some very random things all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he says some very random things. And to answer your question of why I think the journalists are not, say, welcoming this leak, I think that also has to do with Gogoi, because what he said was, he said that he's deeply upset that a confidential report has been leaked to the media. And I am disturbed. Any leak was unauthorized. Free press and responsible press should go hand in hand. And he's like, we are not hearing the case today because you guys don't deserve any hearing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Like, if you look at this in tandem, the whole sealed cover thing is also quite shady.
Yeah, because it's a public, involves CBI, it's a public institution. You don't need this kind of secrecy is not required. And secondly, in fact, Indian Express is one of the only newspapers to have done an edit piece saying that Gogoi is not right in what he's saying.
Sealed cover.
And he himself a few months ago at the Ramnath Goenka Memorial Award had said that a noisy judiciary and a noisy press is welcome in a democracy.
Manisha, now you tell us what happened on Twitter and what is your take on that?
So what happened on Twitter, what happened at the meeting was basically Jack, the CEO of Twitter, was in
He came and met
Delhi.
Modi ji and Rahul ji and everyone.
Yeah. He was in Delhi and he also met a few women journalists and media professionals to speak about trolling, to sort of understand the challenges of trolling and abuse women face on online. So one of the women were...
Omar should have also gone anyway.
Who should have gone?
Omar Abdullah. He could have whined to Jack.
So one of the women who were part of this meeting is Sangapali Aruna. She's a Dalit woman and she leads a tech platform called Project Mukti. And her core work is actually looking at tech equity for her, for Dalit, Adivasi, Bahujan communities. So she met him and she gave him that poster which read "Smash Brahmanical Patriarchy." The picture was clicked and it was posted on Twitter, and then Mohandas Pai said, "How dare you spread hate like this?"
Yeah.
And then Chitra Subramaniam jumped in, and then
She gave a statement in Republic.
And then Hindol Sen, she wrote a piece.
Yeah,
she wrote a whole piece. And Hindol Sen was basically center-right people got really upset that you're inciting violence against Brahmins because smash is a verb. So that happened, and then Twitter handled it really badly because now we know from women who attended it like Barkha Dutt, and I think even Ritu Parna has written a piece for First Post that Twitter said that, we didn't, this picture was not meant to go public, and we didn't, it doesn't represent our ideology or whatever. But in fact, that picture was clicked, it was sent out to these journalists and they had asked them to please tweet it out. So that was the whole controversy. And then, of course, Republic held like 2 straight debates on it, which were absolutely ridiculous. And the good upside is Sangapali is actually going to be part of Nuisance this week.
Oh, looking forward to that.
And she was like, okay, the good thing is at least people are talking about Brahmanical patriarchy. It's becoming a known word. And the core of the thing is that, boss, she's a Dalit activist. She's going to talk about her experiences. Now, this whole thing, why aren't you talking about Islamic patriarchy or whatever, is just crap, because she is coming from a position of a Dalit person who's going to be amplifying the issues that her community faces. And clearly that poster is akin to maybe smash white supremacy. I mean, I think if you want to draw an equivalence in the States, that's what the poster is basically saying. And it's...
But it became a big deal. There were some very intelligent debates around this, obviously.
Republic had a debate.
This is
Brahmins, angry Brahmins got together and
I think they should revisit all the books that were written in 60s and 70s by sociologists like Andre Bete, Aman Srinivas, Yogendra Singh. They are the renowned sociologists.
Ambedkar has spoken about this.
Each book has several times they have mentioned about Brahmanical patriarchy. If you are, patronizing female inside your house, outside your house, you are Brahmanical. So this is not against Brahmins. This is, they can't even get this.
It's a social order.
Sense,
it's a critique. And okay, I do think that maybe there is one critique that is the right could have made, is that, okay, your meeting is not representative of all political ideologies. Most women who attended that were center, left, liberal. Maybe you can say that, okay, why isn't there anyone from the right representing?
Call us Advi Rathambara or Uma Bharti.
Or like Nupur or what you say.
Sadhvi Pragya.
But you can make that argument. But making that argument by criticizing the one effort Twitter made at diversity is so daft. Like,
See, no, but I think one very interesting meta thing is this. You know the caliber of arguments on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it was an argument about Twitter on Twitter. Taken up by Republic. Now, how low could that argument go? What could the quality of that argument be eventually?
Oh, shit.
So the
And
weird
the best
part
is was, a lot of right-wing trolls were reporting Jack on Twitter.
Yeah, Jack.
They were reporting
him on Twitter.
on Twitter.
They were reporting Jack on Twitter.
Yeah, so
And it was
reporting
very
him to
funny.
bring his handle down.
But I believe Republic, I didn't see the show, but someone sent me this WhatsApp. I think I forwarded it to Manisha. That Republic was having a debate at prime time saying to boycott Twitter with a hashtag.
Yeah, they did.
Boycott.
Yeah.
Sorry, say
And
you
you
were
should
saying
apologize.
something?
Very weirdly, that's two things about this. So the smash Brahminical patriarchy, the angry Brahmins who are outraging over this, I don't understand why. Because are they outraging and acknowledging there is Brahmin patriarchy and it should stay? Or are they like outraging about
there's
that
no
you
such
brought
thing.
it out? Yeah, or there is no such thing.
Now, coming to the case of that guy who got killed. Manisha, you had some interesting thoughts to share about him before we started.
Interesting.
Yes.
No, I just thought he's cuckoo.
The guy was dead.
He's a little off his rocker, man.
Yeah, I mean, one must not speak evil of the dead, but he seems
We're not speaking
really,
evil. We're just commenting that.
No, he's absolutely nuts from what one gets to know about what he was up to. Because now we found diaries of him where he said that this is the only island, this is the last stronghold of Satan, and no one's heard Jesus's whatever name here, and I've come here to so. He went there to, shouldn't laugh actually, but he went there to convert.
No,
and
feel free. No one thinks you're very sensitive anyway. I mean, our subscribers may, because they think I'm the dick here. And they think Manisha's this wonderful, nice person who cries when someone dies. But my point is, one sec.
The first arrow hit the Bible.
हाँ.
And the second arrow hit.
So Jesus said, "Beta, एक बार मैं जानूंगा, अब तू निकल ले, अगर अभी भी निकले, then die." But what I'm saying is, you don't have to read his diaries to be off. I think if your life choice has been, now I'll spend my life converting people to any religion. That is what you want to do with your life. Then you're not normal. Whether you're doing Gharwapsi, whether you're doing this, whether you're doing going around converting people, like really that's your life choice?
Yeah.
But his life choice was actually an adventurer and Instagram celebrity.
He was also an
basically.
Instagram
He was an
celebrity.
Instagram celebrity.
And what's fascinating about this tribe, and actually I started reading up on the Andaman tribes. This tribe, the last census was done in 2011 and there were, I think, 13 men and 3 women left. And historically, every time...
How did they do the census?
They must have...
Nobody can go there.
I don't know.
ऊपर
But
से
that's
क्या
the
होगा?
thing I read. The 2011 last census was done then. And the thing is that with Andaman tribes, whichever tribes have been tried to be contacted or tried to sort of mainstreamize, their populations have always dwindled because they are so not used to contact with the rest of the world that you put them at risk by meeting them because you can give them diseases. So you've had tribes die of common cold and stuff. So it's really like these, I think the Andamanese tribe again dwindled from like some 100 to like 30 or 14, and which is why these guys are protected. You're not supposed to be meeting them, not just because they may be dangerous, but you put them at risk
But
of
you
diseases.
can surely take a bunch of doctors and surgeons. See, this is the thing. I'm on the fence on this. I'd like the whole panel's view. Because even in the Amazon, there are some of these tribes, right? They've seen them from the air, the photographs. Last year, there was the first photograph of this tribe deep in the Andamans that was released. Should they be left alone? Or
Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely.
In 1950...
Sorry, Raman sir, then Shipra will come to you. Raman, what do you think, sir?
No, in 1950, British anthropologist Warrior Elwin, he was the official... He was given the minister status, and he brought out a planning commission paper in which he recommended that, including Bastar and all this, that there should be a tribal park and nobody should enter those tribal parks. So that
Why?
we should preserve, because what is happening that Nehru had started the development process.
This is also Nehru's fault, basically.
So Nehru wanted them to be part of the mainstream. So to bring them into the mainstream. Now what has happened over the years? Over the years, these tribals, their land have been taken away. Okay, they have been turned into bonded laborers. Okay.
Yeah, but it need not be either or, na? So you can still make contact with them without taking away their land.
No, but what has happened?
that will
in the
never
name of
happen.
development, you have just made them bonded
So you
laborers.
basically, you finish
That'll
them
never
off.
happen. If
You
government
finish them
goes
off.
in there, they will exploit their land. They will exploit
So
them.
initially,
also.
even Bastar was a tribal park. You and I could not go to Bastar.
Acha, later it was opened out.
Later, after 60s, when his was not very partially accepted, like this Andaman, which doesn't affect the government much.
But
They
Bastar
wanted
is-
this Bastar jungles.
Bastar
They
is
wanted
right in the middle.
So that has been left away. But all others they tried to integrate. See what has happened what has happened in Odisha, Odia tribals, or you see tribals in Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra for that matter. No one is better off.
And also in this case, they're rejecting contact. Now you're going there and they're shooting you, so clearly they don't want you around. So
Yeah.
just back off.
It's very
I think
easy to conquer them.
सुन लिया अफ्रीका मुफत खोरों. Not to brag or anything, but News Laundry Hafta features in the top 50 in the world on SoundCloud in the news and politics category for podcasts. So do subscribe and see what you're missing, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Subscribe, help keep news independent and free.
All News Laundry podcasts are available on iTunes and Stitcher and any other podcast platform.